So this portion of the presentation, I'm going to talk about the Upper Division Honors Program. The second 2 years of the Honors Program is a bit different from the first 2 years, in that it focuses on students' junior and senior years. For any student who's interested, they can explore the possibility of continuing on in the program or joining the Honors Program if they haven't previously participated by one of two ways. First, and the more common way, is by declaring and completing an honors major. Every LSA department offers students the opportunity to do an honors major, and for about 75 to 95% of our upper division students, that's the area that they're going to be looking at continuing in honors with. But we also have a new and exciting option called the Honors and Engaged Liberal Arts experience. The HELA option gives students the chance to tie in meaningful extracurricular work with some coursework and to bring those two things together in a project-based format. Regardless of which option students choose, if they complete either an honors major or a HELA project, they will graduate with honors on their transcript and diploma. For students who opt to do an honors major, they'll be doing a variety of different things. Different majors have different requirements and expectations, and students will be working with an advisor in their department of major to find out more about the admissions process to the honors major, as well as the requirements that are specific to that department's honors major. But all of the departments, with the exception of mathematics, have students doing something that's really impactful and meaningful, and that is an honors senior thesis experience. If you are interested in honors mathematics, do not despair. There is an option for students to major in honors math, but instead of a thesis, students would be doing a variety of upper division and graduate level mathematics coursework. In other departments though, maybe along with some courses, you'll be doing independent research. And the independent research will culminate in an honors senior thesis. The thesis is a great experience, and for students who decide that they'd like to go forward and have this kind of experience, many of them find it to be really transformative. Many of our students are thinking about going on to graduate school, and the thesis can provide a lot of insight into that experience and what that might be like. But even for students who aren't thinking about going on to graduate school, the thesis is a great opportunity to really, first, dive into a topic or an issue, something that you really want to know more about, that you have questions that you want to answer. It gives students the chance to do that in a deep and meaningful way, but also they build some skills along the way. Those skills oftentimes are field-specific skills. So you'd be working in a lab, for example, if you were a chemistry honors major. But if you're in the social sciences or humanities, you might be doing something very different from lab research. You might be talking with participant subjects. You might be writing poetry or short stories or making a film. There are a lot of ways that students do theses, but they'll be doing whatever it is that people in that field do. And you'll be learning the skills and gaining the knowledge that people who are practitioners in that field have. For many students, this is one of the first times that they really get to do that in a truly independent way. And it's a great opportunity for them to grow as professionals and to grow in terms of field-specific knowledge. But the thesis also gives students the chance to learn skills that aren't necessarily field-specific. Theses are big undertakings, and they're going to span at least a year, if not longer, for most students. And when you have to manage a project with that kind of time frame, you're going to have to develop some really good time management skills. And you're going to have to do that in a way that doesn't normally happen in a traditional classroom setting. Nobody gives you a syllabus at the beginning of your thesis and says, here are all the things that you need to do along the way, when you need to have them done by, and this is how we'll be assessing all of the learning that you have as you're working on the thesis. You have to figure these things out. You'll learn to problem solve. You'll learn to advocate for yourself. Figure out when to turn for help to your thesis advisor, and maybe when you just need to push through or maybe stop that area of inquiry and move to something else. Students will also learn how to manage a big project, how to turn it into small parts, how to keep yourself motivated along the way to get the work done and meet those interim deadlines rather than just waiting until the last minute. You can't write a thesis in just a couple of weeks. You're going to have to learn how to work on something like this over an extended period of time. And those are skills that are going to serve you well as you move forward as a professional in whatever career it is that you decide to pursue. Students also, when working on a thesis, will have a mentor, a faculty member that they're going to be working with on that project. This is a great opportunity for students to develop that kind of deep and meaningful relationship. The sort of relationship where not only can you talk with them about the actual matter of the thesis, but also talk with them about your plans for the future, gain insight into what it's like to be a practitioner in that field. You can build relationships not only with that individual faculty member, but with collaborative faculty members, both here on the U of M campus as well as elsewhere. For most students who have completed a thesis, they really feel that it's been the most impactful and transformative experience that they've undertaken as undergraduates.